I'm Carrie Riccaro, and you're watching 110 Football.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Angels Wear Boots. It was another tough result over the weekend. We'll get to that in a second, but first let me introduce today's panel. We have Jen Muñoz returning, gracing us with her presence once again in the sparkly top.
Thank you, happy to be back. So cute.
And we have Miss Nina Kiefer.
Hey everybody, good to be here again.
And last but not least, she's back. We have Angel City defender Sarah Gorden.
Hello, everyone.
Woo! And if you have any questions for Sarah, make sure you get us in the chat. Like, subscribe, interact with us all show long, and we'll be sure to get to your questions.
So actually, before we get started, I have a little surprise. So I moved pretty recently, and I've been really slow at unpacking. And when I was unpacking my office the other day, I found this Chicago Red Stars Sarah Gorden trading card.
Wow. Like a pregnancy.
And, no, it's a Sarah Gorden. It's the Sarah Gorden trading card. So Sarah, I need you to sign.
Oh yes!
Wow. I was going through them and I found
I'm
my
honored to sign your
Look
card
at
of me.
I found my NWSL cards, my Parkside cards, and I saw like Chicago Red Stars. I'm like, there's no way I have Sarah's card, but let me look. Sure enough,
That's amazing. I love it.
That's
Love
amazing.
that.
there she is.
It's all so authentic.
There you
Last,
go.
Like, okay.
Worth
hanging
a
off
lot of
this.
I was
money.
gonna say
now.
worth
There's
millions.
like a
Just
lot
be
of-
careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I trade?
Oh, not the
You want
zoom
to
in.
trade it? Look at that.
Look at
Look
that.
at Sarah.
Yes, Mysterious Rebel, you can get your sign too. For sure.
It'll cost you though.
Someone said, "Show us the shoes, Meg."
Oh,
Oh,
different
they're not that
shoes today.
special. They're not that special. We can do a little
They're
shoe off
cute.
later. Thanks.
I did boots today.
Okay, well let's get going.
Anyways, back on topic.
Anyways, Angels wear boots. We're ready to head into into Sunday's wild match. It's time for #trending. I mean, unfortunately, y'all, we had a 2-2 draw. I know that I don't think how we expected this match to go, especially after last week's predictions. I mean, we were kind of saying there's a chance that Orlando's been struggling, but what's going to happen when we go down on the road and face them? So, what do you guys think about the match?
There was a lot of factors, I feel like, a lot of external factors. I mean, the Heat, obviously away, and I think, just that mentality. I'm sure they went in, obviously, with that, not underdog, but, winning mentality. Like, we need to win after the last game, but obviously with the other factors, I think it affected them a little bit.
Yeah, heat and humidity, and I don't think they took a water break either, which was kind of weird to me, but also pouring rain for a good chunk of the game as well. And in addition to that, I think when we were making our score predictions, I don't think any of us ever considered the fact that LaRue wouldn't play or Emsley wouldn't play.
Not at all.
That was a shock to me, and I thought Gilles would be back. So
Yeah.
I think those factors definitely played a big role in this.
Yeah, I feel like once again, a lot of injuries, a lot of people out, and it's really just, it's been a difficult season for these women dealing with these injuries and all this adversity. And I feel like we say this every show, but it's disappointing. It's disappointing to concede a goal again in the last minutes of the game, and absolutely no fault on Paige, because as a defender, I have been there. I've made mistakes and given up goals, and it's a difficult position to be in when you're literally facing the goal. You don't know who's behind you. You're cramping. It's the 90 whatever minute. So I know it's disappointing. I texted Paige after the game because I really felt her, and those big moments are hard, but.
It's
they're gonna get it back,
Yeah, and you got to shake it off. You got to be ready for the next match. But I just want to not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but was LaRue really sick, or was there like some behind the scenes like you can't play against us at home?
No, she was really sick. She was actually sick, honestly. Yeah, she's had it pretty difficult since she's moved here because she's been sick twice
the smog?
now. But it's the pollution. But I also feel like it's important to say that Orlando, weren't they undefeated last month? They didn't have that many wins, but they're kind of like finally getting their groove together, some consistency. And so I'm sure they came in with the mentality of, we need to win at home. We need to bring more fans in. We need to get our shit together. Can I say that word?
Yeah, you can. Why not?
Sure.
We
said
need
you
to get it
can.
together.
Well, then how much does the humidity play a factor in this as well?
Girl.
Dehydration.
What's it like playing
You're
around?
I don't know.
dizzy.
Did you guys hear the commentators? They were like, well, Angel City is in LA, 75 and sunny. And I think it's so funny how everyone thinks like we're all just chilling in LA and like
on the
perfect.
beach, just like, yeah. No, I think you're dehydrated. I'm sure half of the girls were dizzy at some point heading the ball. I mean,
Right.
it happens.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was difficult.
Brian Chua in the chat is saying, to add to what Sarah mentioned about late goals, ACFC has given up 7 second half goals in 4 games. And yeah, that is not good at all. But I will point out, we did get our first ever corner kick goal. Hey!
Yes.
That's a win. We had so many corner kicks where nothing happened. But yeah, and JR, to your point as well, Timorak was a real problem in that match. She was everywhere, and I was surprised at how much she showed up for the team.
Yeah, I feel like the late goals, obviously speaking from a defensive-minded player, that's one thing that I truly think will be a focus going forward. Obviously, the team switched into a 5-back with 3 center backs, and so, this game, it was serious. It was like, we are not going to give up a late goal, and it's really disappointing to do that. I think, for me, I see we need to be a little bit better at defending in the wide spaces, especially late in the game. So the cross, that led to the goal, we're not even in that situation. But that's going to be a point of contention going forward is we cannot give up second half goals and late goals.
Yeah.
Do you think it was most like unlucky, or do you think it was a subject of just like not being focused?
I absolutely think it was unlucky. I absolutely do. I mean, it's so late in the game, and like you guys said, it's humid, you're cramping, you're dehydrated. And on top of that, it's a difficult position to be in and to defend across like that. That's why I say like defending in the wide spaces and really getting out there so we're not even in that situation is hopefully what we can do going forward.
How much do things change when you switch to something like 5 in the back? Like, is that something that you practice for? Or, because I feel like that would definitely disrupt some of the chemistry and how everyone plays their position. So I feel like that can add to a little bit of confusion as well.
Right. I agree. I, haven't been at training the last few weeks, so I'm not sure how much they've worked on it, but for me, from my experience in switching into a 5-back, you can get flat and then you don't know exactly who's covering what space. So it can definitely make things a little bit more confusing or difficult. And it's something that clearly needs to be worked on a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think obviously too it lessens the kind of just those passing lanes up front, which leads to maybe you play back all the time or you have less options, and it's just like very cluttered sometimes.
Yeah.
Is that kind of why towards the end, especially after Charlie came on, we were just kind of booting it up there and like just letting her run kind of almost solo at times?
Yeah, I think we needed to lengthen the field. And she did a great job of coming on and giving us the long option, which we didn't really have before. So, for her, it's just the final moments that need to click for her, but she does a great job of really changing the game and coming on and being
She's like a little spark, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, after the game, Captain Allie Riley had this to say: I trust everyone on this team. There is a lot of belief and there is so much support for each other. That is all you can ask for. We are going to make the playoffs. I think that's definitely a very, I don't want to say bold's not the right word, but that's just like a great statement to come out from your captain. I mean, with just conviction, we are going to make the playoffs. So what do you have to say about Allie's leadership?
I think as a player, I think that gives you a sense of confidence, a sense of hope. Obviously, you want to think positively, but I think hearing a veteran, your captain, say that kind of just gives you that extra fire in you to bring it the next few games.
Yeah, Mears in the chat is saying confident. And yeah, I think that's what we needed to see from our team. We wanted to see that confidence and that faith in themselves, because after it wasn't a loss, it's a tie, but it feels like a loss to some degree because we were up and because it was an own goal. And to have your team put out such a confident statement right after, it's like it lessens the blow almost. Like, oh, yeah, we do got this. And you remember that we are strong.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, especially as a young player and trying to navigate a long season, you can really feel down and conceding late goals, tying, losing. And so to have someone really leading the way is so important, because if you don't have that leader, you don't know what's going to come next. So I think it's really important, it's necessary, and also it is possible. We are in 7th place. Like, we are not, the bottom 2. So it's absolutely possible. I absolutely believe that this team can make the playoffs and will make the playoffs.
Well, and then it's funny too, because first of all, we have where is it? Mysterious Rebel saying the receipts were funny this week because last week we were saying Sid was going to be the one to score the 2 goals, and the goals came from defenders. So we have Allie Riley and Carrie Recaro, who have spent so much time in the league and went from never scoring NWSL goals to now they each have 2 this season. Allie having hers against, you know, her former team, and so we've been talking this whole time about who's going to step up, and it ended up being our defenders.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy to think about. And I mean, Savannah McCaskill still not being a forward, being our leading goal scorer. And I think they said out of the 11 Angel City goals or something, Savannah McCaskill has had a part in 5 of them because she's also had some assists. It's pretty incredible. And I think as we've talked, we have seen some like gaps in the front, and we are seeing some of our forwards playing defense. So it's also just kind of one of those weird like rotational positions where if we aren't seeing Emsley and LaRue up top, who is going to score if we're not playing our forwards up top?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
Exactly. You know, there's some gaps and missing players, and so that's exactly what you need from veteran players to step up in those moments and score goals. And, you know, Carrie and Allie have been around the league, and for Allie, the world, you know, for a long time, and so that's exactly what we need from them.
And I feel like after those goals, that you're always itching for more. I mean, you score a goal one game, you're expecting to score another one.
Right, and you have some belief in yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Allie and Allie's goal, let's go ahead and take a look at her goal from this last match. We'll take a look and listen to it one more time.
Headers away, but danger still. Riley!
Oh my God.
Wow, what a hit!
Oh.
And in this
How did that angle even
rainstorm,
happen?
A rainbow
That's crazy.
Just
from
beautiful.
Riley.
Wow.
Left foot, see you later.
That's beautiful. Against your old team.
Beautiful.
I
It's
could
like,
not do
that's
that.
Iconic.
100% could not do that.
Also, the way she like took a look up, she knew where that ball was going.
Oh,
she knew
yeah.
where it was going.
It was not a mistake.
No.
It was not a cross. It was,
No.
She wanted it in the back of the net. Yeah.
Good for her. Wow.
It was amazing. Oh, here it comes again.
Yeah, please just put this on replay the whole
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
show.
And it came at an interesting time too, because I kind of felt like at this moment Orlando had the better of the ball and the game and more of the chances.
Yeah.
And then to really like turn around the momentum, it was you know, we
Perfect
got the
timing.
momentum after this. So
It was what we
great
needed.
timing. Yeah.
Thank you, Captain.
Would you say that is the best goal this season for Angel City?
I think it might be.
It's
It's
up
up
there.
there.
I see them
It's
all.
up
I
there.
can't
Yeah.
remember.
It's definitely up there. And I mean, I think this is one of those things where when you have your captain and you look to them to kind of set the tone and the pace. We saw Allie's quote after the match, but during the game, this is one of those things that as the captain you can do to kind of build that momentum and show people like, no, we can do this, we got this. And I think also her having played in Orlando helped a lot because she was one of the few players that I didn't feel seemed tired as much.
Right.
Like she was like obviously
She
as
also
you
can
run for
run
90
for like
minutes,
she's one of the runners on the team, so she can keep going and going and going as well. So
Yeah.
that's
I'm sure playing against her old team kind of gave her that we're not losing. Like, I'm sure, you know, and that goal too was a cherry on top.
Yeah. It was definitely fun. And I saw after the match too, like she was talking to some of the coaching staff on the sideline, and it just gives me the warms and fuzzies a little bit, you know. I don't know, how does that feel when you go back to your old team, even if you're playing against them, and you see those staff members that have shaped
I
you?
don't know, but they play Chicago this weekend, and honestly, we need a W, okay? No ties against
Okay, so
Chicago.
hypothetically that you know, obviously weren't injured this season and you're traveling with the team to Chicago. What
Well,
is-
it's here.
Or okay, sorry. But say you are traveling to the team to Chicago. Say they're playing away. Just like talk me through those emotions. Obviously it's different. You're from Chicago.
yeah, you
all
are
of
from
that.
Chicago.
But
I
say
cannot wait for that moment.
Okay.
Like, that's why one of my goals, which I'm not sure is now, well, actually, let me not say that. They play Chicago in Chicago the last game of the season.
okay.
But that moment for me, I'll probably cry because
I was
I'm a
gonna
very
say,
emotional
are you gonna
player.
cry? I don't know if I've ever seen
It's
you cry.
special, but then it's like that adrenaline and that emotion, you use it on the field if you use it correctly. But that is an important moment to have leaders on your team because it's so easy when you get emotional or, you know, whatever it is to kind of not be able to focus. So it's going to be a crazy moment. I can't wait. But
Do you still even see the other team, or do you just see like do you kind of shut that off, like as opposed to like that was my team and I have like a love in my heart for them, or do you just kind of take them as like the enemy of the moment?
It's a great
well,
question.
I haven't done it yet, but I feel like it's probably a little bit of both. You know, after the game, love them. During the game, it's like, you know,
Yeah,
You're in it to win
laser
it,
focus.
obviously.
Yeah.
I know. I think you're a little intense, so I can see you taking them.
I'm like a little
A little intense. You guys did not see earlier, we were doing TikTok dances, and Sarah was like very intense.
Because they were doing it wrong and their timing was off.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's all us.
I'm forgetting. I was horrible. I was definitely horrible.
Well, on to our next topic. I kind of already brought it up earlier, but Carrie does it again, her second goal in as many games. I mean, like you were saying from, was that on a set piece?
Carries? No.
No, it wasn't.
I don't. Now I have to go back and look.
Yeah, it was. It was that
Yeah,
corner.
it was. That was the corner kick from June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it gives her the momentum, like I was saying, just to like have another goal. It was a spark that she needed. And every time someone scores a goal, you're just
Now
want
Carrie's
another
on the goal campaign. She's hungry
Exactly.
for it.
And also, she's like one of those teammates that like, she is such a hard worker. Every practice, every game, like she's going to give it everything. So it's one of those teammates where when they score, like it does affect you because you want to see her win and do very well.
You're so happy for them because you see what they do on and off the field. So
Exactly.
It's,
I
it's a
do
win for
feel
everyone.
bad for Carrie though, because it seems like when she scored, it's also been at the times when we haven't come away with the win.
Yeah.
So it's like, does that affect you too as a player? Like,
It's bittersweet for sure. I think you could score 3 goals, have a hat trick, and still lose and be like, ah, dang
Right.
it, you know?
Right.
yeah, you want to be proud of yourself, but
It's for the team first.
how do you not get mad at your teammates in that situation? Because I don't know, for me personally, it would just be difficult to think like, I did my part, come on, like.
I mean, it's part of the game, you know, like
I think-
if you give it everything you have,
That's it.
that's all you
have
have.
to let it go.
And you got to go back to training and work on the things and be better next week.
Yeah, and I think your team does a really good job of just, you guys have such good chemistry, it seems like off the field, that on the field you see it. And I think we've talked about this a lot of times on the show, but like you could see when a team, you know, has great chemistry and everyone just works for each other, and that's beautiful to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very supportive environment, or at least that's how it appears to
Yeah,
us.
no, absolutely.
Okay, so this is just off topic, but before we move on, so we're playing Chicago this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like a score prediction from each
Oh
of you.
my goodness, I'm not doing this.
I've
you
been
don't
wrong
10-0.
every time, and these were yeah.
I won't make you do it, Sarah, for very many obvious reasons.
Sarah's like 4-0.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I mean, I'm gonna obviously be optimistic. I think this tie is really gonna even push the girls even more to get a win. So I think 2-1.
2-1 from whom?
Also, I'm not. I don't watch Chicago at all, but I'm assuming
well.
2-1. Okay.
Yeah.
I think in third.
Okay, 2-1 is my prediction.
I'm gonna go 1-0, and Carrie gets a third.
I like that.
I'm gonna go with it. Yeah. Yeah, and Ben points out we've also got the game Wednesday,
Exactly.
which is going to be a lot. It's a busy schedule. So
And we just
we'll
flew
see.
across the country. We're coming back from Orlando. We have a game Wednesday. We have a lot of people who have been injured or ill. It's a difficult schedule this week with everything going on. I say 1-0 because I think, you know, Chicago, their style of play has always been consistent. You know, they have a culture set. They know what they're doing. They know each other. And I think if we get a goal, which, you know, they play team defense, I think if we get a goal, that'd be amazing. And 1-0 would be.
Yeah, Amanda's pointing out 3 games in 8 days. That's crazy. That's a lot. And that's 90 minutes for each game too. Like people who say like I work out all the time, you know, I work out 3-4 times a week. These girls are working out, training, practicing, flying, and going 90 minutes. We can't deny how intense that is.
Yeah.
It's true.
Someone asked if
I'm tired thinking about it.
I was like, no.
Do you want to do that one before we move on? If it was smart to schedule that Tigers game
Yeah,
in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know who did that, but I don't know.
Timing feels bad right now,
does.
but you also, I don't think anyone could predict the roster that would be as small as it is at this point. So, you know, you don't want to be playing players who are injured or who are just trying to get minutes to be healthy again. So it's going to be, it's exciting. Like we want to see this game. It's just the timing, not the best.
In the middle of season, right in the middle, as you're trying to make it to playoffs, I don't think so.
Right, we'll talk more about that in a little bit too.
Very true.
All right, well, it's time for Class of 22. This week we asked the team, if you could bring 3 things to a deserted island, what would they be? Check it out.
Sunscreen, protein powder, and my husband.
Fried mac and cheese balls from the Cheesecake Factory. Music, my camera.
I'd bring my dog. Probably like a notebook, and then something for
for survival, like maybe a knife.
I would bring like a knife or something, bug spray, a blanket or something.
A mosquito net, a fire starter, my favorite book, which is Perks of Being a Wallflower.
A boat, a cell phone, and probably like pretzels or something to snack on.
A juicer, a bed, and hunting tool.
A juicer? At least I didn't say
my eyebrow pencil. I really thought I said that. So I'm proud of myself.
I was gonna say, where were you planning to plug in your juicer on this remote desert island?
A solar juicer.
Oh, there we go. I missed that part.
Pineapple
Send the
juice?
link.
You know they'll have fruits.
Coconut juice?
She's on a tropical island.
She's bringing a ninja food processor to
She's got one of the electric ones, though, that doesn't need to plug in, I guess.
Okay. Solar panel juicer.
I like Vanessa's a boat. Just get me off this island.
Yeah, smart of her.
Okay, so Sarah obviously already answered hers a few months ago, but Nina and Jen, what are you bringing on a deserted island?
Oh, definitely sunscreen. I after I heard that one, I'm like, yes, sunscreen. Definitely need that. And then like I think about stuff that they do on like Naked and Afraid, and I'm like, knife and pot to boil my water.
Very smart.
Too smart for me.
Sorry.
I am going to go towards the route of bringing my skincare, my disposable camera, and some.
Why a disposable camera?
For the memes.
You're dying.
Like, why not your camera?
Oh, because disposable cameras are really in.
They are.
They're trendy. They're
But
trendy.
you're about to die. So.
And
She wants a document.
and
I thought juicer was
wait,
bad.
I'm not done. And either wine or chocolate milk.
Wine for sure.
Wine.
Chocolate milk is gonna go bad on this deserted island.
True wine. White wine.
Okay.
Cold white wine.
Cool it in the ocean.
If we were all together and we were pooling our resources, I'm bringing the corkscrew that also has the knife.
There we go.
There we go. Smart.
Hunting tool.
Very smart, Megan.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my phone charger, but I guess where am I plugging it in?
To her solar panel juicer. There we go.
And my dog.
Oh.
Because she'll provide warmth and cuddles, and maybe she'll help us hunt.
Our survivor
your
ratings are
Really?
1 out of 10.
We would
I
die.
think we should have a spit-off and actually put us all in it.
Angels survive. Goodness.
We would not survive, actually.
We would not.
So.
We would make it like a whole 12 hours.
Right.
Like as soon as the sun goes down, it's like, not so
Okay,
funny.
I'm
We
good.
forgot fire starter, guys. We totally forgot about fire.
We just tap out.
Well, no, I mean,
we will.
Yeah, let's rub this
before,
in
but if we
together.
had Amanda with us, we would be fine.
Yeah.
We've
I'm
talked
bringing
about this on
Amanda.
another, episode, but
I'm
we'll be
bringing
fine.
I'll bring
Sidebar,
Seth.
someone is bringing Malort to the tailgate. I'm from Chicago, so we're gonna have to, see each other at the table.
We're gonna have to see.
There you go. Nice knowing you all. R.I.P.
Not if we have you, Amanda.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to Sunday's draw versus Orlando, and we're going to do that by getting Nina's player ratings. I have thoughts after her last player ratings, but we're going to try and give her a clean slate. We're going to let you do your thing. I'm going to try to control my face.
Girl, I'm not gonna control my face.
Sarah's
I know. I just asked if security would be present this time because, oh my gosh, I'm not ready to fight. I'm scared a little bit. But here we go. All right. Oh, we gotta flip this screen here. Oop. Sorry. I'm getting settled in. All right, Tyler, Lucy. So Tyler, I feel like she kind of left the corner open a bit and was like pushing up a lot on the attack. And she was unable to stop that attack from a bellow that one time that ended up getting to Jenkins, and Jenkins actually headed it down and over the crossbar. But she definitely took a beating. Like, she laid her heart out there, and she had a great cross into Charlie, but the ball was saved by McLeod. So my score for Tyler was 6.5.
I think that's a little too low.
Wait.
Okay.
Well, it depends, like what your average is, Like,
Okay, yes. So 5 is still my baseline. Like 5, you showed up, you played okay, you were there. You did good.
You did good,
You were
or you were average?
Average.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 is you did average. Oh my gosh, I'm getting looks from Meg already. She's literally like rolling her nails on the glass, like ready to control her anger.
I just still don't understand this 5 baseline, but okay, this isn't my
Yeah, the
rating.
chat.
Whatever. Banned at the bank.
All right, Paige Nielsen. I feel really bad about this because I don't want to kick somebody when they're down, but I mean, she was part of one of the goals because she was the one that was marking Doyle, and that's how one of the goals got in. And then, yeah, when McCaskill passed the ball.
What was she supposed to do?
Okay, not let the ball.
She was supporting the play.
Yeah, I know, but she was still there. Like, she was kind of involved in the goal in some way because McCaskill had the bad pass, yes, but she was there. And then also she had the own goal.
Give us the
so
rating.
I feel really bad. It's a 4.5.
I disagree with you on the first one because I don't think there was anything she could have done. She was moving her feet a different way and said, pass it over here. It's
That's
a miscommunication.
That is, I also have that on McCaskill later. But she also had the own goal, and it was a weird back
that
heel.
was 3 minutes after she entered the game, right?
Yeah. All right. Megan Reed, she cleared the ball that Dee Dee was calling for, and I didn't appreciate that, but she was decent.
Yeah.
I got a 5 on her.
I was
like that one
time not to watch this episode.
No,
Stay off this episode.
All right. Allie Riley, she had really good tackles. I feel like she played really hard. She had the goal. And I'm just saying, Allie Riley scores when I do player rankings. So I think it might have to do with me. I gave her an 8.5. Go Captain. McCaskill, she, like I said, had that ball where she accidentally passed it away and it led to the goal. I gave Savannah a 6.5 for this match.
So are you judging people off of mistakes, or are you judging them off of their overall game?
Just things that I noted as I was watching.
Okay.
So it's both. Like, that's why, like, Allie Riley, she had a lot of really great tackles, and I feel like she was very involved in a lot of the plays. She set the tone, so she gets an 8.5. She was good.
Do you think Savannah was as involved as she is usually?
I feel like Savannah was a step short and was not as active, but I felt like that was across the board for our midfield. I know we say like our midfield has been scoring, but I also do think that there were a lot of missteps there, and I know the heat and humidity, Sarah's dying now.
Ryan Chua, has activated Skip Bayless mode.
She is. All right, Carrie Recaro.
Anyway,
Carrie Recaro. Okay, so she served the ball well into Charlie for the one breakaway, and then she also had the goal, which I like. So I gave Carrie a 7.5 for this match. Anyone angry?
No, next.
Okay, Danny Weatherholt. She was jumping in a lot to prevent like quick restarts, and I do think that Danny was a step shy this match, but I still do like how she seems to control the game and her awareness on the pitch. So I gave Danny a 7.
Okay.
All right, moving through, Dee Dee.
Don't show my face.
I'm just waiting for Megan to kill me on this, but I feel like I was really fair. Like, I feel like Dee Dee had
I'm
a really
protective of Dee Dee for.
She almost made the save on Doyle's goal, and that was a hard place to be in. She had some great positioning. I think Dee Dee had a decent game. I gave her an 8.
The chat.
Is that acceptable?
I think that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take it.
It's like one of your highest ratings.
Yeah.
So.
June seemed off in this game. She was dropping back to defend, but her passes didn't seem sharp. She seemed to miss a lot of opportunities, and I felt like she was playing catch-up a lot. I gave June a 7.
Okay.
And I think I'm also a little biased there because June is one of my favorite players to watch, but I feel like she was just really off and slow in this game. Another player that seemed to be off to me was Le'Veon. I felt like Clarice wasn't really doing much, and part of the time I kind of forgot she was out there. I gave her a 6. Continuing on, Mary Taylor. She drew a foul. She seemed solid. She subbed at half, so 6.5. Like, she didn't stand out a lot, but she wasn't awful. As far as subs are concerned, I think Charlie brought a lot to the match, and her energy was really good coming on, so I gave Charlie a nice little 7. Emsley didn't play, obviously, for Van Ginkel didn't play, no Eisenhower, but she did get up to warm up at one point.
Love that.
And that was exciting. Nabette, I didn't even really rate because I didn't see her. And then Swaby, I really enjoyed seeing Swaby come onto the pitch. I thought that was fun. I hope we get to see her maybe start on Wednesday. I think you're perfect too, Amanda.
Who do you think that she's starting for? Just out of curiosity.
Anyone? Like, we keep changing things in the back line so much it seems like, but Tyler Lucy, I want to see her play forward again.
She could start on Wednesday. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a friendly.
It's
That's
a friendly. It's a great
match
opportunity for her to get some more experience and minutes. And let's also remember, like, she's a national team player.
She's
like,
a great player.
She's
she
good.
Just hasn't gotten into her flow because she hasn't played enough minutes. But no, she's a great player. I've seen her in practice a lot, and I am impressed. Defensively, she's smart. She's going to bring a lot, I think, to the league overall.
I think so too. So I gave Swaby a 7, and I gave Jasmine Spencer also a 7. I felt like our subs were solid. So 7s across the board. Actually, I didn't even notice that until just now. But I also do think that there was more that could have been done, and I just feel really bad for how the result ended up. I know it's a tie, but it did feel.
So what do you give Freya?
I mean, I think someone said it in the chat earlier, just like, were the subs good? And I think yes. So that being the tactical decision, I don't know how I feel about us having switched to the 5 in the back, because I do feel like that added to some confusion in the back line. So I guess Freya gets a 7 for this game. I don't even know where to put that, so I'm gonna just put it down here. August 7th.
Here's my thing. You gave Paige a 4.5, which, not to be rude, but is the very spectator thing to do, because you saw the last goal. And you saw her near the first goal. But I don't think, besides the own goal, I don't think she had a bad game. I feel like she's been doing a ton of covering for people and had to be in a lot of places. And I think she, overall, not just this game, has been playing, pretty well, still getting into her form. And so I disagree.
I agree with Sarah, because I think it's the little things that people don't see. Like, players are so aware of their spacing. I think she tracked those spaces that she was supposed to. She went in hard. I think overall the little things really showed, and it's unfortunate, like, those moments were key that she was around the goal, and second, that was the other one. But overall, I think she had a great game.
Yeah, I think Lauren said this the last show too, is defenders and keepers are the first to get blamed for things. So I totally get what you're saying. Like,
but you're still doing it.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Honestly, I don't even. Next year, I every time you're doing player ratings, give me like a heads up, so I don't tune in.
I already told you got a 10.
Yeah, wasn't there.
Still a 10.
Yeah. What could have Allie have done to get her up to that 9?
Oh, good question.
I think she deserves a 9 because of her comment that she made after the game.
You give bonus points for post-match and locker room talk?
Yeah, I think that affects the game on the field too.
You're right. I mean, you're right.
But no.
But I still gave her 8.5.
I respect that.
Yeah, I agree with JR though. Also, give the Paramount Plus camera work a 4. I did not enjoy. I was asking JR. I was like, wait, am I like not able to see the camera and the screen? I can't read the player numbers. It was like so out of focus. I was having a really hard time being able to like tell who was who.
And you were saying earlier that they were streaming from different platforms. Okay, or that, yeah.
Yeah, they were supposed to be investing into like better cameras and things like that. But I did like also though that there were several broadcast opportunities. I know it was on Bally, it was on Paramount, it was on Twitch, and then we also had all of the radio broadcasts. Like, that says something. I'm sorry, Angel City rolls deep.
Yeah.
So it's time for us to get to fan questions and just getting into the chat. So we have some good questions that we can start to address. Are you allowed to answer this question? Are you gonna take a shot at the?
Are you gonna take a shot at the tailgate?
The Red Stars. Duh. Hex the Red Stars.
Yes.
And don't say that it's Chicago's worst liquor. It's a Chicago tradition, and it's called Malort, and you can't disrespect it like that.
What does it taste like?
What is it? Can you tell us what it is?
It tastes like rubbing alcohol mixed with bugs.
Oh, yummy. Can't wait to try that.
We'll be there. Sounds great.
Send it over.
So it's vodka?
No.
Gin?
No. It's like brownish. I don't even know what kind. It's just Malort. Does it have a?
No, thank you.
I'm scared now. Oh yeah, you got to come over for proper 12:30. We take shots of proper 12 at 12:30.
Guys,
you take shots?
I have to actually go be with the team for the game. I can't just go around taking tons of shots.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, so let's see. Which team are we kicking out for the playoff spot?
All of them. No.
Who's above us right now?
Right now, Reign are above us. So
Reign are gonna have. They're going to win games. They're going to make the playoffs. They always have. So it's not going to be the Reign. who else is Houston is like third. Houston will drop because they always do. No offense, Houston.
We can knock out Chicago.
Kansas City is by Kansas City.
Not Chicago?
Well, just like the history of the league. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, let's knock out Chicago. Let's get this win and see where we go. But
Yeah. The hard thing about Reign, though, now at this point that we've lost to them twice, because the tiebreaker rules are head-to-head first, before you look at total wins, before you look at goal differential, it's head-to-head. And because we've lost to them now, that's going to be a difficult ask because we're really going to have to do it up in points.
I don't think they'll be on the cusp, though. I think they're gonna start winning games, kind of like Portland did. You know, it was questionable, and then they went on a run. I think the Reign will do something similar.
I hope not.
If that's fine, because we're gonna knock out some other teams.
So it's gone now. So I'm sorry, I don't remember who asked it, but should we be concerned that our goals as of lately are coming from defenders and midfielders and not our forwards?
I wouldn't say worried. I would say kudos to them, but obviously, yes, we want more goals from our forwards.
We were missing so many people for the last game. I don't think it's a concern, but we have constantly talked about like the attackers need to click a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not concerned because I just like goals. I don't care who scores them or how. I just want them. So I want more. Let's get some forwards out there and let's get more, but I don't care. Score goals. Get it. Even more.
Okay, so then kind of on that, which player missing from the last game would have made the biggest difference in this match against Orlando?
I think LaRue, for sure. Yeah, she already is used to the weather. She would be used to that craziness, so definitely.
Yeah, Vanessa also would have been really helpful to kind of lead the back line and hold it down. She makes a lot of big time plays, so.
And Sarah Gorden.
Ooh, Gilles, yes. Gilles would have been nice, having a little strength there in the defense.
Some power.
I did like Soccer USA's question. If Angel City gets a third kit, what color should it be?
Pink. Light pink.
Just like solid pink?
Pink.
No, like a light offset pink.
Because like right now we have like the pink shorts with like the palm trees. So you want like more solid pink, more pink?
Just all, full pink kit.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
I like that. I would like a pink kit, like fully pink.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
It's made from distilling wormwood.
See, I said it tastes like bugs. It's made from
A
wormwood.
bitter herb known for its ability to kill stomach worms and
Stop
parasites.
it!
Why would anyone drink that?
That's
Okay.
Why?
Our producer just said something really rude in my ear, and I'm not going to repeat it because
I'll repeat it. He said it's the deep dish of liquor.
real Chicagoans don't eat deep dish. How many times do we have to
Then
tell
why
you
are you offended by it?
Because
why are you defending
people
deep
are
dish?
always talking about it's a casserole, it's cheese, and it's just too much for me
Wait,
to handle.
is deep dish really considered a casserole?
No, but that's what people say. Okay.
How did this show go so left so fast?
I'm
hungry.
not drinking wormwood.
I'll try it. I'll try it. Why not?
Yeah.
She's young, she'll try it.
Well, I don't live here or go to the tailgates, but maybe next time I'm at one, you could possibly
Find Megan and give her one.
Yeah, everybody find her and send her some.
Right.
Make her drink it on TikTok.
Oh God, let's not. Well, thank you all for your questions. We are running out of show, so let's get to stoppage time. Sarah, you are up first.
Okay,
Woo!
let's go. Okay, so I saw someone in the chat say, don't write off Houston. They have Daly, they have Ebony Salmon, they have Sanchez, and I agree, and that's what my stoppage time is actually about. It's about Ebony Salmon. She was not even playing in Louisville, excuse me, that's how the real Louisville people say it. And now she's come to Houston. It hasn't even been 2 months, and she's absolutely killing it. She has 6 goals. She's on like the 10 women board for who could win Golden Boot, and I just love to see it. I think it speaks to the fact that like there are great players that just need the right environment, and she is now in the right environment. So I do think that finally Houston has a chance to make the playoffs. And I'm good for Ebony Salmon. I like to see her succeeding in the league as a young player.
That's exciting.
I
I
also
also
think
like
it's-
to knock them out.
Same.
I also think it's important too, because we know all the big names in NWSL, but we also have to give a lot of credit to all the other players in the league too, and she's been doing great this season. Your turn, Jen.
All right, my stoppage time is we need to show out on Wednesday, Angel City versus Tigres. I believe it's at 4 p.m. at the bank, and I think it was a big thing this weekend, or this past weekend at Leagues Cup, when we had 2 of the Mexican teams and 2 LA teams playing against each other. There was about a record of 71,000, I believe, more than the Super Bowl, so that says a lot. Not only are we a football and basketball city, but we are also a soccer city as well, which is a big thing for the city of Los Angeles. And I'm just really excited for the game Wednesday, and I think everyone should go and see two really great teams play. And I feel like this is a step in the right direction for women's soccer. I think if this turnout goes well, which it will, there could be a Leagues Cup for women's, which would be awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited.
So I'm going to interject really quick just for those watching at home that maybe are not as familiar with Liga MX. Give us a little rundown real quick on Tigres and what we should watch for.
So I think they're a young squad, obviously, just like a lot of the teams in the league, but I do think that they have a lot of solid outside mids and forwards who are not afraid to dribble down the line. And obviously they have a different style of play than most NWSL teams. They're more like, I would say, they're physical, they play a lot of tiki-taka, but I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm not gonna say too much, but.
Exciting. I can't wait. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a fun match.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's nice to have the exposure too. I know the schedule kind of sucks, but it works. All right. I'm up, and mine is we have a race. We have a race for the Golden Boot finally. Alex Morgan had pulled away with it early, but Sophia Smith is making a run for it. They're both now tied at 11 goals each for the Golden Boot, and it's very exciting to see who's going to pull out. And, you know, we're going to see some extra goals this season. Thorns have also moved up into that first place spot, which is super exciting. I think the goals for the Wave are 21, and Thorns on the season have 34 goals. So it's going to be a tight race, but I'm excited to see how this plays out. It's going to be
cool to see a veteran and then, you know, a new experience.
And also, Sophia Smith, like, Alex Morgan has a lot of PKs. Sophia Smith does not have as many PKs in her sheet, which is very impressive.
Yeah, very true. It'll be fun to see how it all plays out. I like a race.
Where do you think Angel City ends the season in the standings? Regular season, obviously.
Playoffs, probably right at the line. I feel like at this point, like, it's hard because we see the first two slots really pulling away. But I do believe in our captain. I do believe Ali Raleigh. We're going to make playoffs.
Yeah.
Chicago's going down.
Someone in the chat brought up a good point. We do play Chicago twice. So, you know, we have to pull points on those games since, you know, they'll be probably, I mean, they're in what, 4th right now? They'll be right along the playoff line too.
We'll get them.
All right. Well, Saturday, LAFC is back at the Bank, and so is 110 football. Vince and Connor will be joined by the defenders of the Bank, Philly, and Scarf. Tune in or join them live outside of LAFC HQ for the pregame tailgate and instant reaction postgame following the match versus Charlotte. And it's time for some bittersweet news. This will actually be the final show we do in this format for Angels Wear Boots. We will no longer be doing these longer studio shows for either Angels Wear Boots or LAFC 360, but that does not mean we're all just going away. 110 Football will still be cranking out content for both the women's and men's side. Keep an eye out on all of 110 socials and, of course, our YouTube to see what we have coming up next. But we thank you all for joining us and hanging out with us, and I'm gonna miss you girls so much.
I know, this isn't a goodbye, though.
It's not a goodbye, but like I get to see you every week.
Very true.
You still have to fly down and visit us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come
every
take
Monday.
shots of Malore, I guess.
Promise?
No.
Can we drink something better?
We'll bring some wine.
There we go.
On our desert island.
Tequila.
But I'm
Wine
excited
for
for the new content we'll be making together.
Yeah, no, just keep an eye out. We'll definitely be around. It just won't look like this.
We will learn to TikTok. Our TikTok dancing will improve. It will improve.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Has Bad Bunny tickets on you.
September.
Follow 110 Football and subscribe to this channel.